So, I mean, we talked about two different strategies, right? So I'm kind of the person who likes to, either like give my time to someone or like, connect person like you with the other person, right? So who are doing different things. So that's my strength, either like, giving my time or like solving a problem of theirs or like connecting with other person, right? Like your approach is like, actually providing value, right? Okay, giving them content, things like that, right? So essentially, I would say these are like three different ways you can then provide value: content creation, connecting, giving your expertise, your time, or your knowledge. So these are very good ways to provide value.
And then you will notice when you provide guys with value, they will be thankful for that because they will feel, hey, I have to give that guy something back. So be it either like guest list for my event or something else, or offering you money the next time, because we were connecting last year with another club event host here in Munich. Currently, he's doing big stuff. So we were yesterday at one of his big events in the mountains here in Munich with great shows, and he has a good reputation right now here in Munich.
We did the Pizzeria influencer event.
Yeah.
He saw the videos, he felt FOMO. And then he's like, hey, Ans, let's meet up. I'm interested in what you guys are doing, right? I had coffee with him, and then he told me a few ideas. He's like, well, I'm starting this new event series in Munich. Afterward, things like that. I went to his event, and like afterward, we're getting comps. He's giving us free drinks and free tables. That's how it started.
Yeah, all right. And then we were providing him always with photography and videography.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Bringing influencers,
Yeah.
kind of thing. This is what happened.
Yeah, I'm bringing girls. We were pretty much visiting his events almost weekly over the course of the year.
Yeah.
And he slowly transitioned to bigger clubs. So he was for a certain period of time just Wednesdays in one of the well-known clubs here in Munich. And he slowly transitioned to other clubs, and then now he's like throwing his parties every Saturday in one of the biggest known clubs here in Munich.
Like, let's say if you had Max, like if you want to meet a very like a famous guy that you want to, like do business with, right? Another thing you can do now is like you have your own events, right? What you can do is like you can invite to one of your parties that you're going to, right? Or you can invite that person to your same club, right? So I think it makes sense to connect with the guys. Like once you have the things together, if you have a couple girls here, that you're cool with, and like no guy's gonna say no to that. Hey man, like I'm going out with a couple female friends to this club. Would you like to join me? The guy has to be fucking like gay to say no to that, right? If you want to connect with a guy who is, has well resources, things like that. If you're a lawyer, you're looking for more clients, or if you're a guy in real estate, it's a very good thing to be able to connect with guys. Once you have the things put together, it's like you are getting free table, and then you invite a guy on top to, leverage, do business networking with that. That's, I think also, there's so many ways you can leverage things together. Another thing that comes to my mind, when I was getting started, right, I did not know anyone in my city. I was like, I just had my phone and I was like reaching out to club promoters. I had like found ways to find, okay, went to clubs and, seeing who was the event manager. I was writing them on Instagram. I think I wrote to 20. Hey, I will like take free videos for you, in your next event, things like that. And like, I think 3 of them said yes. And one of them was okay. And it was like a club here in Munich called Film Casino. Like I went there, I did like video from him and like he was amazed. He's like, okay, what the fuck is he going to do with this small phone camera? But it actually, I put it like the whole night. I edited like a 15-second video and like he was blown away. He's like, yeah, bro, this is fucking good. Can't imagine, because like you cannot tell this was shot from a phone. It was actually very good. I added the effects, matched the tune, found like a very banger a video as well. That was also like my first time on like a VIP stage in a club before, because I was not a club person before. That happened. Like I approached to him.
Yeah.
This was my first time in a VIP. I'm like,
Were you there alone or with some girls?
I was alone.
You were alone.
This is because like I didn't know anyone. This was back in February last year.
Yeah. And you were the entire night alone in the club.
I mean, no, I was connecting with the guy.
Yeah.
Right. I was there to take videos. So of course I met other friends, like some other girls, things like that. But I was there to just take videos, right?
Yeah.
And like I met this guy, and like I met 2 other guys, right? I went to Col Medrella to do a video there. I went to another club which is called Bossy now. I did so much for him, but like he did nothing in return. He didn't give me anything.
Yeah.
Right. But now when I go there, I can get free entry, things like that.
Yeah.
But like you have to expect, that let's say you provide value to 10 people.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 times it's going to work well for you. But 3 times people just like, it's not enough for them,
Yeah.
right? So maybe like, what I was providing him is like not that valuable for him,
Yeah.
but this is what I noticed, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you give value to people and then you forget.
Yeah.
But in a later point in time, it's going to give you back.
Not everyone is eligible to give you something back in return, right? But you can always use that as a leverage in the future, like you mentioned. You can always go back to him, hey, is it possible for me to get guest list for a few people that night in your club? And then he is more likely to respond to you by saying, hey, yes, no problem, because he already knows you. He knows what you have done in the past for him. And of course, people are busy. Not everyone will instantly think about you when they have something going on to invite you the next time for their event, right?
There's 3 ways to provide value to people, to network with them. Either you create content for them, which is what your strength is, right? Or if you have knowledge in specific space, just, help them solve a problem for them. Third is like, help them connect with person A to person B. That's very valuable. And fourth is like, just give them your time. So these are a couple of ways that we have utilized in our personal lives very well. And they work pretty nice as well. And like good things are bound to happen.
And of course, if you provide people with value, specifically with photos or videography, make sure that you keep that content and make sure that you post that content on your profile, because nobody will say, hey, please don't post that. It never happened before. And you can always, if you, for example, cut short after movies for the club, even without asking to shoot them, if you're just in the club and you cut a quick after movie for the club, they will notice that somehow. So it happened to me before that they notice that, they repost that, and then you get attraction through that. And if you have all that content on your profile, people will see that what you're doing and they will see the value that you can provide them. You have all those examples on your profile. So make sure everything that you do, especially with content, that you have your profile where you can where you're able to post that.
People reciprocate, when you do good things for them.